So we got another Cavalier here in the shop today, and I started tearing it down. And if you can tell by this line of brake fluid all the way to the back corner, it has a brake fluid leak. Now the leak was located right there as it comes into the rubber mount. So it had to be fixed because the car had no brakes. So originally I crimped this. I used a hammer and I hammered it flat, and then I crimped it over to stop the leak. But then looking up here, I don't like how that looks with all that rust. So I've actually traced the lines back farther to a spot with less rust, used the hammer to hammer them flat, and then I bent them over and hammered them again. So now both lines to the rear are cut. So if you're having brake problems on your derby car, it is pretty easy to fix it if it's the rear and it's a front wheel drive, or even if it's a rear wheel drive. You don't really need brakes to the rear, right? Brakes to the front is all you really need. Now, in the front, in the past, I've had issues with brake lines in the front. What I've done is I just run right off the master to the two front tires. So that way I bypass everything to the back and I run new brake lines. Now this car will not need it, but realistically, in a demolition derby, you don't need any of the ABS, traction control, or anything like that. Any ways that you can try to bypass electronics on these things, go for it. But this one here was a very simple fix, and it only took me about, 6 minutes to fix it. So now that problem is fixed. I just got to make sure I add more fluid to the brake reservoir before it starts sucking in air, and then I'll need to bleed the front brakes if that happens. But I'm pretty sure I caught it before that. But, alright, get back to building her here, guys.